Hi everyone, this is Double Canopy. I'm Joe. Today we're talking with Stacy Grace from Kent, which is our sponsor for today. She graduated from London College of Fashion, as well as the University of Cambridge's Sustainable Business Leadership Postgrad Program. And she's the co-founder and CEO of Kent, a made in America regenerative organic clothing line focused on encouraging their customers to compost their clothes when they are done with them, in lieu of adding to the landfills. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I wanted to, where are you?
Los Angeles.
But what is that in your room? What are you doing under there?
What do you mean?
Under there.
Under where?
It worked.
You think I would have known that? I
didn't think that was gonna work. Shout out to Vitania. Dina, I can't remember which one it was. one of the kids in the class, I was chiding them like, you guys, I'm kind of disappointed. Nobody's had any good underwear jokes. You're high school students. This should be like ubiquitous,
your bread and
butter. Right. And then that one came up in class. I think she searched for it on Google right then and there, and it got a lot of groans. But I think
that's my kind of humor, though. I love it, and I did not even suspect it. That's
nice.
A good one.
Okay, so when did Kent start?
We launched in summer of 2020, a year after we did a Kickstarter campaign in May of 2019 that was successful, and obviously the pandemic hit. We paused a little bit before we officially released our products to the world.
Wow. I mean, I can't even imagine it must have been incredibly difficult. 2020.
Yes, it was challenging for everyone and every business in every way. And we wanted to still proceed with launching our idea and our products because we had put so much time and energy into it, and we felt we didn't want to wait. And we had a group of community folks that were already supporting us. So we felt, okay, there's an obvious need for this. Let's march forward and we will see what happens.
And you just had to be all in. We'll talk about Shark Tank later, but when was that? I mean, I didn't see anybody wearing masks, obviously.
No, so that was September of 2022.
Okay, good. And so you started it with your husband, Jeff?
Yes, with Jeff.
Nice. And so was the idea originally sort of where it is now? Like the original vision, was it organic cotton, compostable?
We actually had a different iteration of the business in 2016 that we were focused on organic silk lingerie and loungewear. And it was beautiful, and we had success in the wholesale side of the business, but ultimately I felt out of touch with the products. They were getting so expensive that I could not afford them myself, nor could my friends. It just felt, okay, this isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
And I also wanted to create a bigger impact in the world. And what greater impact can you have, especially through the lens of fashion, than through underwear, where this is an article of clothing that people wear for the most part every single day.
Underwear?
Underwear under there. That people, for the most part, wear every single day. And so if you can make this product that gets so much use better for both the person wearing it and also for the life cycle of the garment itself, then I think that's real impact. Not just in fashion, but in general, product design, product use.
In business, I mean, you're right. It's stuff we use and wear every single day. And if you can get people on board with that idea, then it's a cash cow.
Exactly. And well, I would hope it will become a cash cow.
Yeah.
Not yet, but
well, I mean, that's how I think about things. It's like, oh, this is the no-brainer. I always look for the no-brainer, the perfect idea, and it can scale as much as possible. And obviously, I'm not great at scale, but that's how I think.
Well, I like that thinking.
Okay, so organic silk, that was going to be sourced from?
We sourced that from China. It was all GOT certified, so Global Organic Textile Standard certified silks. We manufactured in LA, same as we do now. and then decided to make the shift between 2018 and 2019 to kind of flip the business, completely drop what we had been doing from a product standpoint, relaunch with this idea of 100% natural and focusing on organic cotton basics. So everything from the threads that we use, the elastic, everything being plant-based and being able to compost at end of life.
So you said that was 2016 and you actually made some, sold some?
Yeah, we were in different department stores around the world. We were in Hudson's Bay in Canada, which is where I'm from. And we were in Selfridges in London, Galeries Lafayette in Paris. So we had we had a lot of different independent boutiques spattered across the US. And it was really beautiful product, but I think it didn't sit well with me from a scalability impact standpoint. And then also from a business standpoint, it wasn't growing fast enough to justify the effort that we were putting in.
Got it. And so how did you, for your current line, was it called Kent back in the day?
It was called Kent Woman because we were focused on women's wear, but still works.
Got it. And then how did you find your source for organic Pima cotton?
A lot of Googling and I'm trying to think how I actually found them. Definitely a lot of conversations with other brands. I think though literally I found them through intense desktop Google research.
Nice.
And trying to find the most beautiful, comfortable, and sustainable source of cotton that I could find, and it ended up being in Peru. I've looked at a lot of cotton that is grown in America, and I haven't found a really beautiful, long, staple, organic version where as our Pima, and we're also using Tangus cotton, which is like a cousin of Pima that's grown in Peru, equally long staple and just has amazing bounce and recovery. It feels so cool on the skin. I think once you do the side-by-side comparison, I couldn't walk away from the Peruvian cotton. I love it so much.
That's a good reason. Is there anybody in the States growing cotton still?
Yes, there are a lot of companies and farmers and cooperatives that are making strides to grow cotton in more regenerative ways as well, which is really interesting. We had a conversation last week with a group and we're trying to understand, okay, can we afford it? Because oftentimes the minimums are really high with organic cotton grown here. And does it feel as good as we want it to feel?
And so your clothing is 100% in cotton, and then you have an elastic band in the underwear.
Yes.
Where do you source that elastic?
So we source that from two different places. One is from the US and one is from Europe. The elastic that's in our men's products, our men's briefs, is the European one. It's a really wide elastic, and we haven't found a source in the States that offers that.
So I work at this high school, St. Joseph Notre Dame High School in Alameda, California. And, I do this on the side. This is my hobby and personal interest project. And, I was talking with the administration there and the science teachers because they do some, they talk about soil structure biology in the AP biology class. And I proposed this idea that we do the Soil Your Undies experiment at the school. We have a little patch of dirt behind the offices, and it's like run down, it's degraded, the soil isn't very, it's pretty inert, it's mostly sand. And, everyone was receptive, including yourself. And I got to say thank you so much. Every step of the way, you've been so graceful and gracious and helping us out. It's been amazing.
Of course.
Yeah, I met no resistance, and I thought I would because we're a Catholic high school. We have a new principal, Father Steve Kim. He, he's pretty okay with it. He did ask if we could do T-shirts or socks or something. He said it just like that, something besides underwear. But the hashtag is soilyourundies. So I had to stick with that. And have you heard of that before, the Soil Your Undies challenge?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard of this, sounds like a really fun challenge. And we've created our own kind of hashtag similar called Plant Your Pants.
Plant your pants. That's right.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that. So we move forward. This is almost a year ago. We started talking about this in July of last year, 2023. Everyone approved it. You said yes after I found you guys, and I did quite a bit of Googling also.
Okay.
And not many options for, what you guys do came up. And I'm actually kind of surprised and disappointed in America. There should be more of this. What I wanted to do, how I structured this, and it hasn't been the most scientific. I'll be the first to admit, but pretty straightforward, pretty basic. Because the soil was so inert back there, I wanted to build up the microbial communities by adding kitchen scraps, and I had the kids bring in their own kitchen scraps in little plastic baggies and bury it. So we would bury it in January of 24, and then let it compost for a month, and then in February bury the underwear with it, and then 2 months later in April we would dig up the underwear to see how much has been degraded and decomposted. That's what happened. That's what we did, and we had surprising and interesting results. You guys can get 1 or 2 worms. It's up to you. You can choose to name them if you want. They're gonna make little babies. Here's the extra stuff if anybody wants to use extra stuff. I got kitchen scraps and cereal.
It's a competition at the end of the day.
It is a competition. Knowledge is gonna win.
Knowledge? I have no knowledge about this. So I'm just going off with instinct.
I can't.
Just like somebody.
Look, bro. Dude, I throw the worms in here, dude. They're gonna drink all that.
Yeah, so that's really wet. They'll drown in that.
Yeah, please don't do that.
So if you add cereal, that'll soak it up, right?
Should I just pour some
Cameron,
of that
did you
juice
hear
out?
that? It's still gonna
Or
dry.
add the cereal.
Could I
That
do
juice
both?
has
Or the
nutrients in it, right? It has sugars and all
You
kinds
can
of
also
stuff.
wait to put your worms into the ground after
Right.
you put.
You guys touch it on
You
here.
guys can crowd around up here. This is the hand auger
Which is
for ice fishing. The idea is that we will make a nice tidy hole and not make a big mess. So where do you want to start? You can start here or
Right here.
straight down. So it works like this. It works like this. So you use this part.
It's not that bad.
first I came from a
Very good.
game as well and a retreat.
You went to the tree and then I saw you guys.
I went to a game.
You can determine how much you want to mix it in.
I'm confused. What do you like? You just dump it all in and then like throw the dirt on top, or like throw some in, put some more dirt, throw a little more in.
That's how much you mix is up to you.
Oh, okay, that's what
Yeah.
you mean. I'm not remove this. And then we will.
Think about keeping your eyes open.
Really?
Here's one worm. Thank you. One worm, and you want 1 or 2?
2, please.
Face
Why
guys.
are you hitting my
those
head
are
with that dirty
night crawlers.
shit?
These are
Hit my head
red
with that
ones.
dirty.
Oh my god,
Red
abusive.
wigglers. All right, now fill in the rest of the hole, but don't pack it too tight.
Okay.
Hey, that's like
Like about that, right?
All right. Very good.
Boom.
All right.
I know.
Okay, Gina.
Yeah.
You gotta mix it though. You're just
I'm
gonna
not
over suffocate.
And there's one worm. All right. Then go ahead and move on to the next one.
All right, next person.
And then Dina,
Cam,
let's
come over.
have your steak
Tell me, bro. You wanna do it here? You.
right there.
There's some raw.
Put in stuff. So, what are you guys seeing in the dirt that we're pulling up? Are you seeing a lot of worms or activity?
Unfortunately.
Few worms.
I'm just sore, you know what I mean?
What do you give one name?
What should we name it? Yeah, that's
Danny?
Danny.
And they're gonna make babies. And how many babies do you think they're gonna make?
Probably like hopefully 20.
They will, for sure.
20 for sure.
They might have been 3.
You're actually getting started. I think I'm
What you doing?
Okay, let's put this thing right in the middle, okay?
Oh, watch out, guys. Little.
Cool. This works pretty good. So this will cut ice. This is what they use for ice.
Very sharp.
It's a planet.
Yeah.
All right. That's 2. Put this stick right in the middle. Terrific.
Yeah, I'm just standing there with the mindful seconds like you ain't got nothing better to do. Come on. You think
Aren't you a man? Come on.
I can
Look
probably do
at
it.
you, influencer.
I think I can do it.
Look at you.
I am. This is actually my vlog.
I can
Guys,
probably do
this is
it.
Galen Dudley struggling to dig a hole.
Boom.
What is in his bag?
What are you talking about?
Hey, mix that in with some salt. Hey, yo, that's fine.
I'm surprised it doesn't like stink.
It's all good. All right, stake it right in the middle there. Isn't that cool? Let's try that. Go straight out, and then move it to the side and shake the dirt off over here. Perfect. So I'm gonna dump this in. So all we do is put it in, cover it up, and put our steak in.
Oh wait, did they say not to do red? No, they
You
definitely.
guys can see, look at this, the layer difference. We got a different color.
Look at that big boy.
There's one. All right, now cover it up, plant your steak. That's good, tamp it down a little bit. That's good, you don't want to get too high. There wasn't anything right here, was there?
No.
Okay.
I'll take this one.
You want 1 worm or 2?
I only have 1 bag, so yeah, let's go 2 though. Let's go 2. Why not?
That's it? Okay.
Show them how it's done, Cosmo.
Not too deep, Cosmo? Yes. 1 worm or 2?
2.
Okay.
Do you like buy those somewhere?
The worms?
Yeah.
Amazon. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do they come in the dirt?
Yeah.
Anything people have those?
This came in the mail yesterday.
There's 2 right there. Wait, what is that? It's
Because it does it faster if it's in smaller pieces, right?
That's right. How many worms do you
2, please.
2 worms.
It's like 5.
Here's a big one. And you got 2 big ones.
Do you need any more holes?
I think that's it. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Sure thing. You guys think this is gonna be gross?
No, it's just gonna be dirty.
Dirty, not gross? Even though it's underwear?
Actually, there were a lot of
It's
bugs
literally
where we
soil.
dug that out last time.
Oh dang.
That's not
No,
gross.
mine too. I guess it's AP bio class. Everyone at.
Oh yeah, so we have to record the date. Oh yeah, today is April
23rd.
23rd.
After Seamus's
what time is it,
birthday.
guys?
It's I can't read time.
It's 12:27.
27.
We're not using the auger this time because that will just tear the material. So I'm gonna try and come in at it from the side.
Well, I think this is ours.
That's one. That's ours.
Can I try strawberry plant after? What's that plant?
There's a strawberry plant. We had to plant it.
I don't know.
There's that for you. Actually, oh look at that. Disintegrated. So that could be on your thing too. there it is. Oh my god, it's mostly attacked.
Aww.
No bueno. No bueno. Oh, that is disappointing.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
because it didn't decompose.
Didn't decompose at all.
I mean, there should be some parts, right?
Yeah. No, I feel like yours is gonna be good because
It's
you had
gonna weigh
egg
more.
and
It's gonna weigh more. Look,
got
there's
a lot
roots
of-
coming out
I had a
of it.
bunch of
Oh.
Yeah, she got vegetable scraps and everything. It was crazy. Yep, I'm recording it.
Woo! Woo!
Wait, if there's more plant life, that means we got a chance. Oh, it's right here.
Picture the outside. I just
You want to look and take a picture of this? See the roots? The roots from the grass. So we planted this grass.
No, this is Mr. Collins.
Here, I got it.
So we planted this grass, and those roots went straight down.
Is that good?
I mean, it's interesting. What's this?
The egg. Mama, look, it's your egg.
Oh my gosh, it's my egg.
Guys, I can't get it.
It's gonna rip apart, huh?
It's not there.
That's good.
Yeah, that
Guys,
is
there's a
not there,
shredded.
guys.
There's a shredded.
Wow, someone's just died.
Good job, Isabella. I'm so proud of you.
We won, Momo.
We won.
When I saw the egg and
Oh
the
my
little
God.
thing of milk,
It's
I was
falling
like,
apart. It's falling apart.
It is.
So what do we do?
You just
get the shreds?
weigh what we can find.
Good job.
Yay.
It's discolored.
Discolored. Oh, they.
Look at that.
Oh, okay. Yay.
Wow.
Let's harp, we won.
I think it feels like we're watching a documentary, like
Oh, this
National
is wild.
Geography. Oh my gosh.
This is really wild.
Oh gosh.
See, I did my research.
She did.
Can you guys get that white thing over there?
Yeah, because I thought we were only supposed to bring 3.
Yeah, but I just filled up my bag. That's what we were supposed to do anyway.
Oh my
Is that all?
It's crazy.
And there's shreds everywhere else. Thank you.
Cool. I want to see all the pictures.
Okay.
Okay, who's up?
I know it's wet. Why is it wet?
We won.
We
No!
we ate.
Gotta measure it.
Hey, Sarp, say hi.
Measure it in a second.
82.
Point.
I don't remember what it was beforehand.
82.29.
Okay.
82.29. We got it.
Alright, did you take a lot of pictures?
Yeah.
I don't know if the weighing is gonna work because it's now covered in soil, so it might actually be
And
heavier.
even like this color, look.
I know. That's really good. Make sure you get lots of good pictures.
Here, Mama,
You
come
guys
take
killed it. I don't know if weighing is gonna work because it's covered in dirt.
Miss Harp, would you still wear this?
Maybe. No, I'm not gonna wear that. That's disgusting. Go put it away somewhere.
No, I love it. I'm gonna keep it now.
Say hi. Nice. I'm just gonna. Hey, Tyler. Say hi. Hello. You guys want to say hi?
What is it? Hey, vlog.
I'm supposed to film this entire process, I guess.
Vote for something for Ace Be Sassy.
Yeah, guys.
Vote for me.
This is definitely not propaganda, guys.
No, that's an avocado.
Yeah. There, yeah, go deep again.
Did it completely decompose?
Oh.
I see compost. There it is.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, you guys did it.
Oh, is it
Good
good?
job. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty
So
good.
shake-
That's
try to get the dirt off of it.
Miss Harp is asking, so she doesn't
No, I
want
use
to weigh
it
them because she thinks that they're going to be weighed down by the dirt. To do
Yep, that is falling apart.
So we want to save that compost too, rebury it, okay? That way it's the microbes are protected. So yeah, you wanted a straight down picture. Dude, 2 months. 2 months.
2 months,
Ate a whole
and
pack
that is
away.
crazy.
Alright.
These microbes are hungry.
Do it.
Whoa.
It was decomposing the first
Oh
Is it
wow.
worm? Part of a worm.
Is it okay?
I think I cut it in half.
Oh. Okay.
It'll be fine.
It's fine. It'll turn into
It'll be fine. Yeah, so take a look.
Oh, that's eggshell. Those were my
Eggshell. Something. I don't know what that is. But some food. There's a lot of food on there, stained. And then we'll take a picture with your name thing on it.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Taking off the dirt is very satisfying.
There it is.
It's all still there.
No, actually,
I don't think so. You know where mine is.
Really?
I think it's not into.
I don't even
There's a
know where
worm.
mine is.
Oh, there's a one.
Ooh.
Is it cut in half again?
Claire, Johanna.
Okay, this is more intact, but still. Oh, look at that. Roots.
Oh.
Roots. Okay.
The roots have like sewn it together.
Wow. Okay.
That is a trip. Whoa. Yeah, it's mostly together.
Okay.
There it is.
Thought she blows.
Here's some
What is-
avocado shell.
Oh, okay.
Avocado shell.
Avocado. Okay.
Skin. Oh, look at that big worm
Yeah.
disappearing. Come back. Come back.
Spread.
Where'd he go?
Great. This is great.
Whoa, shredded. Eggshell.
This is pretty cool.
There he is. That's the big thing.
Whoa, there's another one.
What's up?
Oh, they're all over the place.
That's good.
That is good.
Probably not say that.
Don't say that on camera.
It's alright.
Ah!
Momo edit.
I don't know how to edit.
Okay, so it's not completely gone, but
But
look at
it's
that.
good.
Rebury the compost. Do you remember what compost you put in?
No, I don't.
Did Ariane do it?
Yeah. She's absent.
Okay, we got
right
it
there.
right in the middle.
That's good.
So
That's a good sign.
they've sewn it together. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, but it's mostly intact.
We don't even see that one. Wait, it's not.
I'm trying to get closer to you. There it is.
Nice. Bye.
Back in there with you.
What is happening? Oh, okay.
There's too much dirt. Yeah. Dirt in it's got moisture in it, so.
Measurements would be somewhat skewed.
As you can see, they're in various stages of decomp. This was one of the first ones we pulled up, and we were like, it's mostly intact.
Yeah, I did.
So we were kind of like shocked. But look at the red ones. It's the red ones.
Do you think it might be a color thing?
I think it might be because look, the
Everywhere,
lighter
yeah.
the lighter it is, the more it's. Okay, Louisa, Galen. So that's a good sign. Is here, gotta come in from the side. We're not using the auger because it would totally shred.
Yeah, exactly.
Right there.
Yeah, black.
Oh yeah, I think it's the darker color.
Yeah, so the
Am I
more
supposed to take photos of this?
the more dye. Well, Andrew's got video, and then we'll take a picture once it's on here.
Oh, and it's very like rippable. Oh,
Oh, there's some.
very, yeah.
There's a hole.
There we go.
Oh.
Hit something. So you want to get that white paper over there? Okay, so this is no compost, right? Yeah. Okay, so the lighter ones we've noticed were the most degraded, but with no compost. It's still pretty much intact. There's a lot of holes. Just speculation. The microbes don't like the dye, or it just takes longer with the dye. So we got something growing here, right into it, or through it. And look, it's like threaded through. Okay. And fill it. Get it close. Fill the frame up. Cool. We're gonna cut it in half. There's a lot of eggshells. Whoa. It's pretty degraded. It's falling apart. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here, and you guys take a picture. Rock. That It looks pretty degraded. What color was it? Do you remember?
I thought it was like rose gold or something.
Oh, sorry. Okay. It's pretty rough looking. Trying to get dirt off. Put your name tag down. Let's see if we can get the logo to show here. Kent. Well, I planted some seed on top of everything.
It's because it's died. Wait, why did it actually?
This big old worm. Oh. He's alive. So you got roots growing right in it. That's good.
So we didn't even.
And if you look, as I pull it apart, the roots are holding it together like it's sewed. Pretty good. Pretty shredded. Oh, it's falling apart. Oh my God, you see that? I touch it and it's crumbling. In the meantime, you guys take a picture of this.
Oh, yeah. That's Molia's.
So just remember, this is 2 months.
Wow.
2 months. Did you see that worm? Wow. Falling apart. Look at that.
Wow, ours is pretty good.
Look at that.
Wow.
Just crumbling. Look at the weird changes to the color.
Yeah, why is it? Yeah, why is it like orange?
Patterning. So you want to, when you take a picture, just fill up the whole frame, okay? Concrete.
Yeah.
Here's a good example of it. The roots having sewn together the underwear. And you guys can put your name tag on it, take a picture.
Okay.
Note the roots and whatnot. So that's mycelium, the beginning of mycelium right there. You see the white threads and fabric or fibrous stuff?
Yeah.
That's mycelium. You got holes. Yeah. So it's darker dye, so that goes with the hypothesis, right? Got plants growing in it though. Let's see, let's look for compost. Oh, there's the underwear right away. Deep.
Oh, wow, a worm. Ours ate. We have the best one.
So get your name tag and put it down and take a picture.
Those are my options. Where did they go? Right there. Thank you.
It's just decomposed all the way.
It's completely gone. Got a little wormy.
It might be over there. Oh, there's
Yeah, we hit the pipe there. Oh. Oh.
What is that?
It's barely there, underwear. Oh my God. So this is compost.
Yeah.
So
Those
some
are
stuff.
orange.
But this, oh my God. I think you did.
Unless there's more.
Yeah, there's definitely more. But I haven't seen it completely.
Not for long.
Oh, just look at that. It's just
my God.
peeling, just falling apart. And if we notice, the compost is like directly on there. So as it's, decomposing, so is this. So it's like a feedback loop, right? The more there is, the faster it is, and the more it's gonna decompose. I mean, look at this. It's just falling apart. So you guys grab the,
Yeah, no,
let's turn it into soil. Okay. Wow. Very good. So grab the name tag.
that thing looks disgusting.
It's in multiple pieces. Very good.
Okay, let me.
Okay, get real close, fill it up. Boom. Barely there. So I just showed you the video.
So fun. Yeah, I saw the clips, and so amazing to see the kids excited about this experience and be able to literally get their hands dirty and become more connected with the soil, which I think is the beauty of composting, and understanding where things go when they're no longer able to be used. And I think just getting them excited about being part of this experience was so fun. And then also the results, as you said, were really interesting, surprising, and cool to see.
Yeah. I got to say, they weren't all excited about this. Most of them weren't, actually.
Oh.
And a few of them did get their hands dirty and weren't squeamish about it. The others mostly were pretty squeamish. You could see in the video them touching things with and pushing things with their plastic so that they wouldn't get it on their own hands, which is pretty funny. But they did great, and they progressively did get more interested, and you could hear some like, oh my God, that's strange, that's amazing. There was a lot of moments like that. We had a pretty good number of questions that they came up with for you.
Okay.
The first one was, why are the undies so expensive?
This is a great question, and we have worked really hard to try and get the price point of our underwear as low as possible because we want it to be as accessible as possible. But there are realities of working made in America is one piece. Sourcing high quality natural materials is another component, and also using more innovative materials like our elastic bands that are plant-based and not at a point where they're at the same level of availability and price point as plastic-based alternatives. So there's a couple reasons why, but we're hoping that as we grow, we can purchase larger volumes, and that will bring costs down.
So when you sent me the underwear for the experiment for free, which is amazing, I got it in a cardboard box. I didn't get it in the regular packaging. Is the normal Kent packaging also compostable?
It is, yes. We use a paper-based packaging for all of our products that is recyclable, or you can compost it.
Right. And just to remind everyone, these are all questions right now that the students came up with. Why is Kent sponsoring this experiment?
One of our missions is to get more people composting, and I think having kids be part of the process is the perfect place to start. And so I was so excited to get your email and know that other people are as excited about composting underwear as I am. And two, just, I think, kind of what I said before, getting hands-on and being part of an experiment helps to understand concepts and ideas more than just reading it in a book or seeing it in a movie. Actually doing the doing makes a difference.
Yeah, and from my experience doing it, I would 100% agree with that. The kids seeing it happen was, it kind of blew their minds. Maybe in a small way, but for some of them in a bigger way. So what is the process of making the undies, and are you going to expand?
So our process is fairly simple because, one, we're a small, scrappy startup still, and I don't come from an operations background, so have tried to make our supply chain fairly straightforward. We simply source our fabric right now from Peru, and we source all of our trims, the other pieces, the labels that are on the inside, the elastic, the thread from other places in America, bring it here to our factory. They cut and sew everything. They also package. We bring it to our warehouse and distribution center, not too far, kind of down the street, and then everything ships from there.
Cool. Very cool. And how is Kent's manufacturing process different from other brands?
I'd say one, because I'm involved every step of the way, where a lot of brands, sometimes manufacturing can be a black box, where a lot of brands might purchase from what they call full package factory. So they only see the finished good. They don't know where the fabric is coming from, if that's fairly being made and woven. They don't know where the buttons come from, or the trims, or anything like that, or the dye house.
And maybe they don't want to know.
Exactly. There's a lot of, I think, selective untransparency that's been present in the fashion industry for so long. And I think now we're finally see the fallout from that, where brands are getting pressure from consumers, but most importantly, government is stepping in, mostly in Europe, to demand transparency and reporting different standards, both around environment and also social compliance. So yeah, we're very transparent about where we make our goods, where we source from, and I think also thinking about what our impact is every step along the way and how can we continually do better.
So why did the darker dyes, well, I should say, one of the results of the experiment was that we saw, first off, the first one we dug up a month ago was almost not decomposed at all. And I was surprised.
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw
I was shocked, yeah. I mean, because we did in February when we looked at their kitchen scraps, a lot of it was already really broken down, even some difficult things like eggshells and avocado skins. And, even me, it's always fun to see something break down so fast. And I was surprised in just a month how much it did. But by April 24th, seeing a mostly intact piece of underwear was the first one we dug up. We were all kind of, whoa, what is that? And it was the darker red dyed one. And we noticed that with the darker blue and black underwear. So why did the darker dyes not decompose as well?
This is really interesting. And I'm speaking with our composting partners to get more insight as to why that's the case. My thought is the dye stuff is not as appealing, I guess, to the microorganisms within the compost. So we're doing, some investigation because we hadn't had that feedback from our compost partners. So definitely want to get to the bottom of it. But I think your guess is the same as mine, that there's something in the dye or the saturation of the dye on the garment that's taking more time.
Yeah, and that's my thinking, that it's just a matter of time. It will decompose eventually, but just not as fast as the other ones, which we did see almost complete decomp in 2 months for the lighter undies. It was pretty remarkable. Okay, so is it better for decomposition to cut up or shred the undies or leave whole?
100% cut and shred. And the reason for that is, 1, it'll help speed up the process. 2, I compare it to having a pineapple, and you wouldn't throw an entire pineapple into your compost. You would probably chop it up, again, to help encourage the decomp process. So yes, definitely chop and shred, which is what we do as part of our Take Back program. We encourage our customers to chop it up and send it back to us, or if they don't, then we'll chop it up for them and take care of it.
Yeah, we talked in the class a little bit about just surface area, right? If you cut something, shred something, you're creating more surface area for microbes to, eat from multiple angles. So that was our hypothesis too.
Exactly. And I think the elastic is a little denser of a material too, and that borders the entire garment, the outside of it. And so I think having, the thinner, more pliable cotton readily available would help.
So what is the dye made of? Where is it sourced? And what is the process of dyeing?
So we use a couple different types. One is natural dyes, and we've worked with a partner in Seattle to dye some of our pieces. And they use plants, flowers, like marigolds. They've used indigo for some of our blues. So that's Seattle. And then we also have a dye house here in LA that is GOTS certified, so the Global Organic Textile Standard, and we use those certified dye stuffs. They're lower impact, and still they feel that the top standard in terms of readily available industrial dyes, but I would prefer to use all natural. It's just very expensive. And not all colors are achievable. So this is an area that we're experimenting heavily in. One area that we're introducing actually this week is printed tees. And the black ink is going to be made, or is made, of FSC recycled wood waste, which is super cool.
From charcoalized wood, or?
Okay. Exactly. So typically black ink is the most carcinogenic.
Right.
And a lot of screen printing is done with something called plastisol, which is really, as you would guess, plastic based. So we're testing and experimenting all the time.
I love it. That's incredible. I'm in arts and graphics, and I love inks and all of that and printing. So to consider natural black ink sounds really cool.
And there's also an algae black ink that we're exploring too.
Maybe mix the two. Charcoal algae, or algae charcoal. Okay, so is this possible with other types of fabric, or potentially silk? I imagine composting clothes.
Yes, so I would be very cautious about throwing anything into the compost, because you might not know what the fabric composition is. Even if it's cotton, especially with underwear, there's oftentimes still a synthetic blended in, like nylon, spandex, etc. Or as we saw, the dye stuff might impact the final end use, or washes might contain. There's a lot of softeners that many brands use that contain heavy chemicals. We don't use a softener on our products. That's also why we chose Pima, because it's inherently soft. And so I would say, one, be cautious, but definitely this can be applicable to other material types. Like, it can work with silks, linens. I'd say those are probably the best. I have seen articles that a company called Lensing has created a lot of like biosynthetics, tencels and models and things like this that are originally formulated from beechwood and cotton byproducts. I don't know the integrity of the compostability of those, so I'm a little hesitant to say that, but 100% cottons, 100% linens, I think all will have decomposition properties, but very cautious about doing that unless a company can demonstrate efficacy behind it.
So how did you start Kent as an eco brand, and how difficult is it to sustain?
We are lucky because we began with an eco lens. We didn't have to shift our company to become eco. And so every decision that we've made from inception has been through how can we do better by the environment. And so lots of decisions, a lot of trade-offs, a lot of time and experimentation has gone into getting Kent off the ground. Just like any project, you are trying to find the best solutions, and it will take you down a windy road. And I think I saw a quote, I forget who it's from, but starting a business is not like a straight line. It's more like this, like you go all over the place and you don't know where you're going to end up. And that's the beauty of it. And then the second part of the question is it hard to sustain? I don't In my opinion, it's not. I think it's actually getting easier for us to even increase our commitments towards being a more eco brand because the technologies are coming out that allow us to leverage new solutions, and consumers are more interested in demanding it. Yeah, it's becoming a lot easier.
Yeah, I would. Have you seen an uptick in interest? I mean, I guess you just said you did.
Yeah, I think there's appetite for it. I think there's still a lot of education that we need to do on our side to communicate what compostable clothes means, why it's better for the environment and for the person wearing it, and what to do at end of life. I think that piece of the puzzle, the afterlife story, is still a new concept for a lot of people. And there's interest, which is great, but action for consumers to choose us and support our model is still working its way up.
That goes right into the next question. What other brands compete with Kent on the composting angle?
This is a good question. So I've seen one other brand, they're actually in Canada, called Compost Clothes, and they're more focused on ready to wear, so pants and shirts and outerwear rather than innerwear that I've seen talk about this. I've seen a couple other underwear brands claim biodegradability, but I look at the ingredients of their materials and they're using synthetics, which is really frustrating because the fashion industry, unfortunately, doesn't have a lot of regulation yet around verbiage to protect the consumer against being greenwashed or against being misled. So there's another brand called Unless, and they're based in Portland. They do more streetwear, and all of their products are plant-based. They launched with a sneaker, which was really cool. I actually met the founder, Eric. We were speaking together on a panel in January this year, and he's ex-Adidas, very cool vibe, and love what they're doing. I think they're taking a different angle on it, but I'm all for it because the more natural products there are in the world, the less plastic there's in the world.
Right. So let's see, there's just a handful, just a few you mentioned.
Yeah, I think there's a couple others worldwide that are looking at this space, but not a ton. There's a yoga wear brand that's doing it, which I think is great because synthetics are so heavy in the athleisure categories, and that's something that literally, when you wear those products, you're sweating, your glands are opening.
Right.
There hasn't been enough studies to show, do you absorb the contents of what you're wearing back into your skin?
I just assume that we are.
Yes, I agree. I think. So yeah, I'm excited to see these mostly startups tackling it. What I'd like to see is bigger brands do it. And actually H&M in 2022 did release a compostable baby clothing line, which
that's smart.
I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Smart.
I had just given birth to my baby and was like, he's pooping on everything. What do I do with it?
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to give it to a friend, donate it. I'm not going to resell it. Or even now when he's an older guy, he's walking around getting grass stains on everything, getting, like food stains. It's kind of like, what do you do with this heavily damaged garment that can't be washed? And definitely opportunity in new categories that I would love for us to explore as well.
With built-in interest, the yoga market and the new parent market, I mean, they're interested in health and vitality.
Exactly.
So is Kent combating fast fashion?
I think so, yes. In a way where we don't design by seasons, we don't overproduce, and we encourage wearing your garments as long as possible. It's only when their time is ultimately up do we suggest composting. Also, a caveat, our products won't biodegrade on your body. This is a common question that I get all the time.
Wow, interesting.
It's so interesting.
I didn't even think about that. That's wild. So customers are really concerned about that.
Yes, customers think you wear this pair of underwear or one of our t-shirts around and it's just going to fall apart.
That could be a great commercial. I would love to see that. That'd be so funny.
I don't want to reinforce the thought that it's going to happen.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So
they'll believe it.
Yeah, it's funny. Exactly.
Never. This is a terrible idea. Oh man. So that's the end of the student questions. I had a couple ones I wanted to follow up on. Being eco-brand with competition. Is there like fashion press that covers any of these issues? Environmentally dangerous manufacturing processes, socially questionable practices?
Yeah, I'd say a lot of mainstream media are starting to talk about the industry and how it's impacting the planet and the people that are wearing these garments in a really big way. And I see it more, frankly, in Europe because they're a little more ahead of America when it comes to environmental regulation and practices like curbside composting or recycling or composting at a restaurant or a coffee shop is just common practice. And so I think it's naturally built into society and how they live day in and day out. But we've been written up in like Financial Times, Business of Fashion, all European based that are looking at what we're doing with interest and questioning, could this be a solution to the fashion industry's plastic and landfill problems? And again, there isn't enough studies yet, but we're doing a study right now to do an LCA, a life cycle analysis, and the first compostable clothing, like circular cradle to grave analysis. So that's never been done, and we're excited to do it to understand the full impact of what we're proposing from a scientific standpoint. So we'll have more data on that soon, but definitely I think there's a lot of press coverage and discussion around this. And I see it kind of mirroring the food industry, where 10 years ago we saw the rise of organic food and people started to realize, okay, yeah, maybe it's not a great idea to be ingesting food that's covered in pesticides.
Right.
I see the same thing starting to happen in fashion.
Interesting. And so you see some positive press. Do you see any negative press?
I don't think we've gotten negative press. If anything, people are questioning, if what we're doing is as good as we think it is.
Okay.
And that's why we're investing in these studies. I think customers or comments, maybe from our community.
Reddit.
Yeah, I saw that Reddit link. I was like, oh my gosh.
Had you seen it before?
No, I've never looked.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that was the first time where I was like, okay, there's a lot to unpack here that people don't like about what we're doing.
Well, Shark Tank, it's a huge show.
Yes.
And I mean, of course, there's a Reddit about it. And I mean, it's a fantastic idea. It's very American, it's entrepreneurial spirit, and everybody's got an opinion on every single one of those contestants. It's so. I mean, I was surprised to see it. Yeah, I mean, we could talk about that if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm totally open book. Talk about it.
This was Shark Tank season 14, episode 1. This was 22. You said?
Yes, September 22.
Okay, and how was the process of getting on that show? Did you guys, was there application?
Yes.
Okay.
It was over, I think all in all, we applied before Christmas the year prior. I gave birth to Drake, our son, in May of 22. So going on the show, he was 4 months old.
Oh, wow.
I was in the midst of the 4-month sleep regression, if you remember that.
Yes, I do. That's
no
incredible.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Which I think helped to my advantage. Just like no nerves, because I was in like this newborn daze and walked on the show. But
amazing.
But yeah, long application process, long interview process with the different producers of the show. And we had to rehearse our pitch countless times. They would request us to change it. They would suggest new things. We even changed it, I think, one line the day before we went on the show, or like an hour before. They said, we gotta cut it shorter. So, but they were amazing, like really in our corner, helping us prepare. But it was a really long, intense process.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I have trouble reading the intro to my simple little show here. I can't imagine being on TV and nailing something. I got to say, you guys look terrific.
Oh, thank you.
Very TV ready. And your hair, you're like a shampoo commercial. It's incredible hair. Yeah.
Can I get hired for that, please? That would be great.
Maybe you should be in the shampoo business, really. And then, so you got investment right off the bat.
On the show we did.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right. And what was that? What was getting investment from the show like?
Well, the opportunity to be on Shark Tank was a huge deal for us.
Yeah.
Again, startup brand, bootstrapped, to be able to reach millions and millions of people across America was, just crazy. Being on the live version was equally as crazy because they had never done it before. We were the first ones up.
You were the first ones up. Wow.
To do it. And it was kind of humbling because the sharks were doing it for the first time too, so we were like all in it together. They were really sweet during the commercial breaks. We couldn't really talk to them, but they would just say, you guys are doing great, like keep going and stuff like that. So that was nice. And Damon was our first choice, so we were thrilled that he came back around and wanted in.
I'm sure you study the show. I've only seen it a couple times. Why were you seeking out Damon?
Well, he has his roots in fashion with FUBU. So he built the FUBU empire and was, I think, one of the most successful fashion business people in America. And so we wanted him on board in our corner to help us kind of navigate how we could scale. So, yeah.
And then what was it like after you got that money? What did you do with it?
Well, we didn't actually sign a deal with Damon after the show. I can't say too much because of confidentiality, but I know that this is more common than I knew about going into the show. I'm
gonna get on Reddit right away. Let the world know.
There's articles now about it. I think less than 30% of deals that happen on air actually go through post airing. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the show is a business also.
Exactly. It's a TV show at the end of the day.
Right. Real Housewives is scripted? It's written? What?
Take everything with a grain of salt, folks.
Yeah. For real. Okay, so when I found it, it was really interesting. It's on YouTube. I'll put the link in the show description. The comments on the YouTube page were negative comments, mostly focused on the show's live format, which was brand new. It was the first time they'd done it. No one liked it. Apparently, no one liked it. I don't know if that's what you heard.
I've heard the same thing.
Okay. And then I found the Shark Tank Reddit, which was mostly it was mixed, but mostly talking about the product, the Kent's business. Do you mind if I read a couple?
Please, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Producer Maddie, 2 years ago. Such a dumb idea. I would never spend $20 on underwear and don't give up about planting it. Laugh out loud. I saw something like this on the news, so I'm not sure if it's the same product or they have competition. $20 underwear. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, high fashion underwear costs much more than that.
Yeah, we're not the highest price underwear for
Right.
sure. We're not the lowest, but we are the most natural.
Right.
So I'm
down with that. I'd pay for that. I bought one pair. It's great. I wear it.
Good.
It's wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah, it's breathable, soft,
Yep.
wonderful. And then somebody commented on that. Can't stand the live portion. Somebody says too expensive, no sales, terrible idea.
Terrible idea. Gosh.
And then okay, let's see.
It definitely makes your skin a little thick.
Yeah.
Reading these things.
But that's good, right?
Yeah, I think no matter what you do in life.
Wait till your kid is a teenager.
Oh boy.
You were gonna say what you do in life?
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, like, what you do in life is your choice. And I think as long as you believe in it and you're excited by it, you're impassioned by it, there's always going to be critics. So it's easier to be a critic than it is easier to be a doer.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very American of you.
I'm not American yet.
Oh, that's right. Well,
one day.
Honorary American.
Honorary,
yeah. You got the right spirit. Okay, $24 for one pair of underwear is nuts. And then someone says, it's really not. It's not for everyone, but there's lots of underwear on the market that costs that or more and sells plenty. And then, oh, heck yeah, says, Damon is actually drunk. Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. So
double O.
It's triple L.
Mm.
That's weird.
That's a new one.
That's a weird one. Okay, so Thor is Lost says, so it would cost about $100 plus for a week's worth of underwear. You could easily get 5 packs of generic underwear for that price, plus who is composting their underwear like it's such a gimmick? I would just plant a tree for that price and it will do more for climate change. I can see people who are super green buying this, but majority of people don't really care. I actually disagree with that quite a bit. You could plant a tree and it would do a lot, but I think the value of shifting, as you say, manufacturing and social impact, all of that stuff is way more than one tree. I mean,
yes,
supporting a company like yours, making sure it's thriving and continues to keep going, that's a big deal, I think.
Thank you. And that's part of why we're doing what we're doing, because we want to be a demonstration that companies can choose to do things better, and we are measuring the impact that we create. So as you said, by purchasing a pair of our underwear, you're saving X amount of pounds of carbon and CO2, you're saving water, you're saving a lot of things that, yes, please plant trees. But we have to do more, and it's not going to take a tree to solve the world's problems, unfortunately.
I agree. So Fly Chinook says, did they ever say why it's called Kent? That's a good one.
That is a good question, and I need to have this more overt, I think, on our website. But essentially when I started the company, the original version, I focused on women, and I wanted to create a brand that wasn't overtly feminine and didn't feel similar to the other brands that were very romanticizing undergarments at the time. I wanted something that felt strong and sharp. And so I thought about my favorite superhero being Superman, and
yes.
He's the only one that takes something off to become his super self, and his alter ego. He's in his underwear, and he's saving the world in his underwear. So yeah, it's from Clark Kent.
Great. Well, that brings up your logo. You got a great logo, big, bold, askew letters, and it's kind of comic booky. That's interesting, but I mean, stylish. It's nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Who made that?
We actually were part of a accelerator program, an incubator called London Alley, and they brought on board a creative agency called Red Antler to redesign the logos of the Birches Band companies. And Red Antler was kind of a dream for us to work with. They've done branding for Allbirds and Casper and countless other really cool brands.
Great.
And so to have them interrogate our logo and word mark was a really amazing experience.
Nice. I usually ask people, what's the impetus? What got you thinking about these ideas of regenerative agriculture and composting, and what sparked your interest in this area originally?
Yeah, I think it's been like an interesting path looking back to get here. And I hate to quote Steve Jobs because I feel like it's so it's so been done, but one of his quotes is along the lines of, it's hard to see your path, or it's hard to connect the dots looking forward. It's only when you can look back can you really connect the dots on where you get to. And I think that's definitely the case with my journey, where my master's in fashion marketing, I was in London doing that when sustainability in fashion was really rising up, and a lot of brands were trying to disrupt that space when it never had happened before. And I noticed that a lot of different categories in fashion were being attended to, but not underwear. And I questioned why, because it uses the most synthetics, probably maybe second to athleisure, than any other product. It's so stretchy and it's durable, but it's really unhealthy. And so that kind of stayed in the back of my mind for a number of years after I graduated. Then I moved to the US. I saw the manufacturing. I moved to LA and I was like, oh my God, I've had this idea to create a line of natural, organic undergarments. I think I could do it here. And through like a year of experimenting, did it as the first iteration of Kent. And then when we pivoted, my husband was the one who actually said, well, if you're going to make something this natural, can we throw it in the compost? I'm like, oh my God, you're so right. Like, we need to think about end of life. And I grew up composting. Yeah, in Canada, I grew up gardening. And it just felt like, okay, it's kind of like a full circle moment where I can go back to something that just was part of my daily life and bring it to the business.
Wonderful. So your website is wearkent.com, and you guys, near top menu, the fourth one in is Compost Club. That was another question I had was, how many people are doing the Compost Club? How many people mail their underwear back to you when it's done? I want to know.
This it? So we launched the Compost Club in autumn of 2021. So it's been about just over 2 years, 2.5 years now. I'd say less than 1% of our customers have done it.
That's kind of reassuring. I kind of like that number.
Yes, I'm happy about that number because we also recently did a survey asking our customers, because we were interested, what happens to their underwear end of life. And we'll be publishing the results of that soon. But it's mixed between, I'd say the majority is still wearing, so like still in use. Surprising amount have actually composted at home.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag plant your pants.
Yeah. And some have sent it back. But I think it's going to take a little bit more time to get people to send it back, and B, some hurdle to overcome about sending it back. And that's why we really encourage people to chop up their underwear before sending it back to us, because I think it makes it feel a little bit better if you do that. It's not like we're inspecting things.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And what's your most popular product on the line?
Right now, our women's bikini.
Okay.
It's classic, kind of fits and flatters everybody. But our men's products, they've been sold out recently for a while. My husband trialed and tested and helped design those, and I really love them too. I think the men's briefs are our sleeper secret bestseller. So we'll see, once we get them restocked.
Nice. So you sent me at St. Joseph Notre Dame High School 26 pairs of hipster underwear and different colors, but all the same size. And that's what we used in our experiment. And I just want to say thank you again for sponsoring it. It was really a delight and surprising. And I think you got through to quite a few of these kids how important this is. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you again.
Oh, of course. It was my pleasure to be part of it and support. And I love this kind of thinking and doing. So anytime.
Great. So do you have anything you want to plug? And wearkent.com? Are you guys on YouTube? Anywhere?
We're not on YouTube yet. Maybe we should get on.
X? Are you on X?
We're not on X.
Why not?
We have to manage our time.
Right.
So right now, Instagram's a really big focus, and we need to also work on TikTok. Yeah, Wear Kent, both Instagram and TikTok.
Nice. Thanks again, Stacy. Thanks for making time for me today.
Of course. Nice chatting.